All right, let's get into who we think's winning each division. Right now, I'm gonna list just the division leaders. This is as of yesterday, July 21st, at the end of those games. So the Orioles lead the AL East, the Twins lead the AL Central, the AL West is led by the Rangers, the Braves lead the NL East, the Brewers lead the NL Central, and the Dodgers lead the NL West. So, Liam, let's start with you. Who do you think is winning the NL East?
Um, the NL East, it's got to be the Braves. They are probably the most complete team in the MLB right now. And with that division, they already have like an 11 and a half game lead over second place, the Phillies. So I just don't see the Braves letting that lead go. And I just think that they're that complete and they will win that division and probably make a pretty deep playoff run too.
Jason, what do you think? Who you think's gonna win the NL East?
Yeah, it's Atlanta, 100%. Like I up to this point, I mean, it's just you got to play the rest of the games. I mean, they pretty much walked away with that, and it's kind of surprising. You know, I think coming into the season, a lot of people said it was the Mets. You know, they spend all that money, and as much as I hated to hear it, and I'm sure you did too, short. Like, um, yeah, it's the Braves right now. I don't. I don't want to give away too many of my other answers, but yeah, it's the Braves and it's the Braves going deep too. So
Yeah, I will say I'm pretty sure in the video that I said the Mets are gonna be the Mets and they're gonna fall on their face.
they never even
Because they do this,
started.
yeah. They just aren't they do this every single year. Their fan base does this every single year. I had two roommates who were Mets fans. They do this every single year. They will admit to it. Um, I'm not shocked to see the Braves in where they're at right now. Maybe young, talented roster. Um, Phillies. Not. I'm honestly not shocked. I do think the Braves end up winning the division. Um, but the Phillies, I expect to get a wild card spot. Um, let's let's just hope we're like last year and we can finish the job and I'd be happy to play the Braves. Um, I think we have a lot more experience now. Went to the World Series last year, so um, yeah, I think the Braves still end up winning. All right, the NL Central right now. Jason, who do you got winning the NL Central?
Well, this is one of those ones that if anybody goes back and watches the first video, I'm gonna have a lot of egg on my face from that because I went as far as to say the Cardinals were gonna win and they were gonna win by at least 10 games. And holy cow, they're like the Mets. They never showed up this season either. Um, no, I'm 100% changing my pick, and I'm gonna kind of take a shocker, and I'm gonna say the Reds surprise everybody, and they're gonna keep riding this wave of, bringing up Ellie Dela Cruz, and you know, I think they're gonna surprise a lot of people and steal that division.
Liam, how about you?
I'm going to agree. Like I was going back and forth. Like at the beginning of the season too, I was like the Cardinals are winning that division, but now I'm going back and forth between the Brewers and the Reds, and I just think the Reds got hot for a portion of the season, and if they can pick up playing like that again, I don't think the Brewers will maintain their lead in the division right now. And I think the Mets are or the Reds are going to shock a lot of people and win that division and make it to the postseason.
Yeah, I do remember the video, and I remember saying that I think the Cardinals got hot last year because of Albert Pujols. And just in general, there was a lot of built up emotion driving the Cardinals late last year. Um, I do remember. I don't remember who my pick was, but it might have been the Brewers. Which now I'm going to change that. I do think the Reds win. I agree with both of you. They're red hot, literally and figuratively. Um, Ellie De La Cruz is that dude's crazy. I I've I don't know if I've ever seen someone start off so well as him. Dude's nuts. He broke his own record for fastest infield throw. Like he's nuts. I don't know. It's crazy to watch him. There's some players you watch and you're like, this is insane what he's doing. And he's insane. The Reds are just on fire right now. I don't think that I know the Brewers as of yesterday were leading. Um, I still think the Reds end up pulling away with that division. All right. Liam, your thoughts on the NL West winner?
The Dodgers are the best team out of that division. They started off really slow, but lately they've just been almost unbeatable. And I just don't think the Diamondbacks or Giants will have enough left in the last part of the season to really make that run and catch the Dodgers, who have already extended the lead to 3 games when they were down by a few games earlier in the season and the Diamondbacks were rolling. And now the Diamondbacks have really slowed down and the Dodgers are 8-2 over their last 10. So I'm like, I'm going to take the Dodgers in that. They just have the more complete roster.
Jason, your thoughts?
Yeah, it's the Dodgers. Coming into the season, I had high hopes. I think like a lot of people did for the Padres, and I thought maybe this was the year they finally did the division, took the division from them. But no, they're sitting what 10 games? Yeah, 10 games back in the division right now, looking up at the Dodgers, and it'll be another year where they win the division, and then they're sitting next to us on the couch watching World Series. But it's their division.
Yeah, I had the Padres winning. I don't think I had them winning the division, but I did have them representing the NL in the World Series. I take that back. I mean, what a disappointment. The Mets and the Padres. I just had to bring up the Mets again because I love
And
it.
the Yankees, don't forget the Yankees.
Oh, and the Yankees. No, I just feel bad for the
The
Yankees.
Royals aren't
Actually,
even
no.
anymore. It's just expected at this point.
I was gonna say I don't feel bad for the Yankees because of its injuries, but you guys won a lot of World Series. Give it up. It's time. Um, but hang on one second. There's some kind of beep or something. Okay, never mind. Um, yeah, I Dodgers. Is there anything else to say? Um, I had them at the beginning of the year. I'm pretty sure I had them at the beginning of the year. Don't quote me on that. It was either the Padres or the Dodgers, but I did have the Dodgers making the playoffs. It's the Dodgers division to lose. Unless an injury happens, I'm pretty sure they're going to win it. It is close. I mean, as of yesterday, the Dodgers were 56 and 40, D-backs were 54 and 44, and Giants were 54 and 44. So it was relatively close. Um, I still think the Dodgers pull away with it, and they end up winning the division. I mean, like they do every year. All right, let's get to the AL East. Jason, who's going to win the AL East? And it's not the Yankees.
Do we have to do this division? Oh. Well, I I guess the logical answer would be Tampa, just because they've been out of everybody in that division, they've been the most consistent. Nobody in that division has really, you know, stayed course throughout the whole year. Like, I mean, Tampa came out of the gates hot. Like they came out like we did last year, and they just ran away, with a huge lead, and then they've kind of came back down to earth. And I think as we're recording this, what we said, Baltimore's got the lead now, so it's um, they've came back down, but I think that they straighten things up, and I think they'll win the East. And normally when Tampa wins the East and they have a season like this, normally they're in the AL. I don't definitely the division series. I don't know if I'd say the ALCS, but wouldn't surprise me. I mean, they're one of those teams, man. If they get going, they have this like underdog mentality that they just ride every single time. So, but yeah, long story short, Tampa.
Liam, your thoughts?
as much as I would love to say Baltimore, I just don't think, because they're a fairly youngish team, I just don't think they will have the experience to take that division from the Rays. The Rays have so much star power on that team, and they're going to find the same team that they found at the beginning of the season to close out the season, and Baltimore's not going to be able to keep up with them.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Orioles, they have a young roster. It's not like the Reds where they're so hot right now that they could beat anyone, but they're just really young, inexperienced. I don't I think they could make the playoffs, but I don't know about the division, even though they're leading as of yesterday. I do think the Rays end up winning it. The entire division is still alive. If somehow, I mean, you could say the Yankees could win the division somehow. The Red Sox could still win the division
Stop it.
somehow.
Stop it.
I'm just saying we still have a lot of games left to play. And I mean it's within what 10 games as of yesterday for everyone. Um 10, yeah, within 10 games. So there's a possibility. I don't think the Yankees can with their injuries. Red Sox just disappointing. Blue Jays, I don't know, something miraculous could happen. I don't know. I Give me the Rays. I think Orioles. Who knows? I won't doubt the Orioles if they end up winning it, but yeah, I'll have the Rays. All right, the AL Central. Jason, your thoughts?
This is kind of like played out how I think we all thought it would when we first did this sit down. Originally, I said that I thought Cleveland would take it, and I'm still back and forth on it. But I don't know. I think the closer we get to the end of the season, I think the Twins probably are going to take it now, just based on experience on that roster. Um, but yeah, this is one of those divisions that I think is maybe the only one in baseball that kind of played out like everybody thought. Because yeah, I mean the East, people thought, yeah, this is the only one I think that was pretty straightforward, and then the Royals are in the basement. So.
Like they usually are.
Yeah, Liam, do you think the Royals somehow come back?
I mean, they're not mathematically eliminated, so there's that. But let's be honest, though, nobody in this division deserves a playoff spot. This division has been pretty bad all year. I mean, there's one team that's above 500, and they're 51-48. But I do think the Twins are going to take the division, but they're probably going to lose early in the playoffs.
Yeah, oof. That's the best way to describe this division. Yeah, Royals not mathematically eliminated, so um, but uh I I guess the Twins wouldn't be shocked if the Guardians somehow pulled away with it, but either way, one of these teams is gonna lose in the playoffs right away. I You know what? I'm gonna say the Guardians. I was thinking about picking the Twins, but I'm gonna pick the Guardians. I think somehow they win it. Uh, I don't have much to say about this division, clearly. I don't think many people have much to say about this division because it's not like they're gonna do anything. Um, but yeah. All right, the AL West. Liam, what do you think? Who do you think's gonna win the AL West?
Well, I can't stand the Astros, and they've dealt with some injuries this year, and that's probably why they're in second. But I feel like if they can get their whole team healthy late in the season, the Astros are going to win that division. They're the most experienced team in that division, and I just don't think the Rangers are the better team. So I think once the Astros start getting their key players back, they'll take that division.
Jason, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm tending to agree. Even though the Rangers have looked good this year, and I think they've surprised a lot of people too. Yeah, I think just it's go time now when that Astros team's getting ready to kick it into gear and get ready to get hot to go defend that title. I think it's theirs. It would be cool to see Texas upset them, just because, like I said, I don't think many people thought the Rangers were going to be a player, but yeah, it's Houston.
Yeah, oh man. It's not the Athletics. So, um yeah, they can get ready for Vegas.
Not mathematically yet.
Not mathematically, but they can get ready for Vegas right now. They can go gambling while everybody's in the playoffs. Rangers, Astros, Angels aren't terribly behind, but they're the Angels. They do this. They're they're better than they've been. Marlins, I had the Marlins. I had the Marlins going to the World Series. I had them as the was it it was the Marlins or no, the Maryland Mariners. I don't know why I'm saying Marlins. Mariners. I had the Mariners going to the World Series in for the season. And I just had them as like a wild card team that wouldn't be shocked if they made it, but clearly they're not. Um yeah, the Astros just they're gonna hit their stride soon. Um kind of expect them to win that division. Texas, good luck. I mean, everybody in America besides Houston is rooting for Texas or someone other than Houston to win that division. Everybody's rooting against Houston. During the All-Star game, it seemed like every time someone from Houston was mentioned, everybody was booing them. Nobody likes them. They're the new Yankees. He's at this point that nobody likes them. Um, I mean, we feel bad for the Yankees now, but uh, yeah, nobody wants to see them win, but gotta pick the Astros right now. So all these picks obviously are before the trade deadline, so it's possible that a trade happens and a team ends up getting someone who just dominates for them and they end up going on a deep playoff run, or it's possible that a trade happens and one of these teams ends up sucking really bad. It's possible Otani gets traded. Who knows?
He's coming to the
But
Yankees.
yeah.
Putting it out there.
And it honestly, you know what? If Otani somehow went to the Yankees, they still have a shot to make the playoffs somehow. But again, despite all these picks, we still have the trade deadline to get through.